That has changed things. I can hear all of my clicks 3 times over. Let's see. That doesn't help either. Okay. That kind of helped. I need to try that now. Okay. Nope. So, with those reset, let me go back in here, change that, and no, that is horrible. Okay. Did that change things? I can't tell. Well, I'll work with that. And now I can see levels. What the heck is that about? I don't know, but it's fixed now, so I can see when I'm talking in my levels. Very nice. I'm not getting anything there, which is kind of expected, but okay. So if you couldn't hear me before, hopefully you can hear me now. I can actually see that I've got levels, which is really good for me. That was not helpful. Let's drop that down there. There we go. So I eventually am going to need more stuff to play behind me. That'll be fine. That was gross. Alright. So, let me make sure that things are going as well as I hope they are. Yep, hanging out here, working with my computer in my own little space, knowing that my grandmother is in the Bahamas. Say, yeah, I don't know that that's a real good trade-off there, but all right. So here, let's reach out. Let's see. There we go. So, as I was saying, trying to work on a logo design. Yeah, it's not gonna be that. Let's go ahead and go to the pen tool. That's horrible. And I gotta put something in the background, and that's gonna drive me nuts. Let's just give it some color. Or absence. Throw something in here. Let's see. It's kind of funny how little some of this stuff is used for personal creative stuff. There we go. Just give myself something in the background. Good. Lock that and throw another layer up there. Okay, so I have this whole panel up and down here to be able to hang my little video in. That is bothersome though. There, now I can see the other side. Alright, so with this logo and an icon even, some thoughts that were had were something along the lines of a bit of a blade shape in the background that is kind of reflected over. So something like so. I can tweak that here in a little bit, but that general idea. Go to our gradient. And no, that's horrible. Let's see. Let's find all the ways to not do that. Yeah. Let's see. That's kind of fun. Okay, so general blade idea. The other thing that was wanted was, yeah, I'm having doubts now. But having a crescent shape over the top of it, so I gotta change the background because that's gonna drive me nuts. I spend all my day finding horrible colors. Okay. Alrighty, so we've got kind of a blade shape going on, and that is not going to work for me. Let's see if... No, that's even worse. I think we're headed in the right direction. Here we go. Kind of works. Okay, so probably gonna want an outline. Probably make it thinner than that when we get into it, but so general blade shape idea. Probably want to tweak that a little bit thinner even. But next thought is a crescent shape. I was about to get into that when things kind of went nutso. If you haven't worked with software before, holding shift down will let you create a proper shape. In this case, a circle. Center that on that. Then I can just come back with a couple of these tools. That's kind of handy. Let's see. Say I want it to go from there to here. I can go ahead and move other points up, and I can tweak their direction here in just a second. But give it a nice little. In fact, quick way to kind of kill their vibe here. Go into properties, and I can just make them angle, and then when I'm ready to curve them, I can turn them back. This one, there is a nice little anchor point tool that allows me to grab and redirect my curves. So I have a curve coming down, I have a curve going up, and they end at a point there. So I can do that, giving myself a curve with that tool. Just clicking and dragging. I still need to put them in the places that I want. Grab that handle, do the same thing on this side. Give me a crescent. Could be kind of fun with an odd shape with that. Might make some people uncomfortable not seeing a perfect curve on the inside though. Thought that I hadn't had yet. Part of it was that this middle was going to be a rose shape. Looking at it as I'm working this, I could give inside the crescent a general rose shape, say kind of an outer shape to the petals, kind of imply a rose there, and then tweak things back here, which that was horrible. Let's switch back to that, and go to a more true blade shape. Have an actual, sword in the back, as opposed to, a pair of blades sticking out from behind something. Go ahead and drop that back for now. So some ideas. I'm definitely going to need to chat with him about that. See if that's going to be something that will work for him. If that's the case, I may even want to continue the crescent even further around that circle and get a couple detailed petal shapes in there. But the next step that I had, with that is figuring out what direction to go with the type. So let's see. I went with dark gray, gradient in here. That was not what we're shooting for. There we go. Yeah, I think that could be something really fun right there with the rose shape. Have it more of a moon, even with some rose petal shapes there. In fact, that will... Yeah, as far as the single blade idea, it definitely would be with a hilt, handle. So with that, I'd need to come up with a specific complete sword shape that I'd be reproducing on there. It's kind of... When I made my original sketches, it ended up taking on kind of a kind of a saxy shape. The Viking sax is kind of the shape that it naturally became, and I'll go ahead and remove that. And that's part of it. I gave a little bit of a curve to it, but that general idea. So if I brought it up into more of a single blade, it could be done anything nice skinny Asian style blade to yeah, pretty much anything. And as far as the attention, keeping it simple and just one color, not throwing too much detail in. I need to get it to quit popping that stuff up because that's really annoying. No, that still does it. So so I could just come in here and add some points. And then have it, whatever direction makes sense, just to make it look like it has that hilt. Another thing I can do, which that's kind of painful with that severe angle, but other thing I can do is change the color of the stroke around it to... Okay. So Nordic it will be. Going with a... That was not my intention. I'm gonna change that. A lighter outline color, something closer, makes it less of a stark change between the border and the outline there. Plus, if I throw another point in there, I can kind of not do that. How about we not do that? That'd be awesome. I can kind of flatten that out a little bit. So, lots of stuff that can be done there. Just keeping it minimal. Blade there. So, definitely need to go over some specific blade shapes that would interest you and figure out what's going to work. So, let's look. Yeah, it's taking just that up made that look kind of cheesy down here with the handle. But there are some other things that might work if that Norse direction is what you're going for. Possibly even combining a couple things. Instead of just the one blade, could be... I've got to fix that a little bit or it's going to drive me nuts. Okay. Take that and rotate it around there a little bit. Something with a blade, possibly an axe, could make sense. If depending on how far that Norse idea works for you. There's possibly the cliche shield as well. Let's go back into our layers. So either, yeah, it would make sense to have the blade behind even. Throw in that then with that rose moon on that shape would be an idea as well. And then that can be all sorts of fun as well, with throwing some colors in there. But So yeah, lot of stuff that can be done there. Um, and as far as the sword, it's kind of funny doing some research myself. It would be nice to put some wood grain effect in there. Realistically, they would paint the shields to actually hide the wood grain because an enemy knowing what direction the grain is going in would give an advantage because they'd slash in that direction and be able to actually split the shield. So they were usually painted up in such a way that the grain would be hidden. So being able to see the grain is more of a artifact thing than anything. Something that's old enough that the paint's not really holding like it was originally painted. You're able to see the grain and knowing that it was made out of wood. It's often shown artistically, but as far as a strategic thing, the shield's grain would have been covered up by the paint. So anyway, just throwing out some fun trivia facts for you there. Let's see. Say possibly, Raylam, if you wouldn't mind hopping on to YouTube for me and shoot me a message over there so I can double check to see if my setup is going to show me messages from there. That would be awesome. And I am going to need to work on finding specific shapes for, as I mentioned, the blade, the axe, which Dane's axe is just a gorgeous piece of hardware. And in fact, I'm gonna want those on different layers, so give me a couple layers here. There we go. And on here. So the and that is very rough right there. Here. Let's give it a nice point right there. Very nice. So, my chat service is working properly. That's pretty awesome. So, have to pick a specific Dane's Axe design that'll work for you. It's a bunch of stylized things, especially as other countries found that they kind of liked the way that this goes. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that greatly. So, be able to get a nice shape going that way, and then be able to to have this hooked back a little bit. And I'll pull it up a little bit so it'll fit better in the graphic, but it's not doing it for me. So there we go. Adjust the curve now. But yes, it is very, very good to see that it all works. Finally, I was afraid for a while that not subscribing to certain things would end up eventually losing me access to some of my favorite tools there. But the general idea, having something to hook, which this end could be all sorts of different shapes. That's I haven't really worked on that. Having kind of a spear tip thing could be nice too. But the general idea of this with a nice long pole was that yes, you could swinging it end up catching this in something and just shred it when you pull it back out, but having it curved up like this and ended up giving a lot more cutting surface in that kind of sweeping motion of the axe being swung down at its target. Really devastating as far as what it would do to an enemy, opponent, whatever you want to refer to him as. But and I can't do that again, so let's go ahead and pause that. But yeah, we'll definitely refine the shape of that, figure out how those are going to fit in. The way it's looking, as far as a main icon, you're going to have something relatively square. Possibly, if these go a little bit longer, be like a 3-to-1, which would be a pretty nice aesthetically. Have it 3 units wide, 1 unit high. I don't give specific units because it's vector based. If we need to have things measured in centimeters, we can do that. If we need it in inches or feet, even we can do imperial. So, all right. Pretty good test run, I'm thinking. Think I have some good direction. Really funny because if I could show my sketch to to everybody on the screen here, my sketch was really way more Asian inspired, and that may be because I amused myself with my original doodles having a panda head in between the two parts of Raylem's name, which again was amusing to me, didn't really fit as far as Raylem style. So reworking things, kind of excited. The moon with the rose petal shape inside, I'm excited to see how I can get that to work out. But that's definitely something I'm going to have to develop on paper before I try and hash it out here on the computer. I need to give this color. It's gonna depress me a little bit. Let's just grab that. Let's put it up there so we don't have to hear that evil window sound. So there we go. Nice. Anyway, just so that there's something there. play with that later. But yes, this is definitely going to be a fun project to work on. Get that hashed out. And this was just the gradient on the shield was just kind of a quick way to rough that out. Considering the nice hard edges on everything else, I would definitely rework that. And like I mentioned before, the wood grain would be really fun. So I'll probably work that into there too. And that'll be for more detailed. The nice thing about this stuff is it's really easy when we have these nice, crisp, iconic shapes to simplify it down and in fact drop that down a bunch. You can kind of see how it's taken shape. Just some simple shapes and colors, and it should be a bunch of fun. So, okay, I am going to go ahead and take almost an hour. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break and get things switched over so that I can play some video games. But yeah, definitely a good session. Center that a little bit. So, I will be back shortly. Say, have a good break along with me. Hello, and eventually, bam, there it is. Game popping up. Let's see. Fun stuff. Let's get going. Not sure who I want to run today. Let's see. Got stuff in the item shop. What do we got? Naruto. Some Street Fighter. A lot of Street Fighter. Some stuff popping up from the vault. This Clockwork one is gorgeous. Nice shiny gears in there. Okay. I'd say Hula's pretty good too. I'd say Bigfoot. Good times. Ever get bored, want to send me something, go for it. I'm totally fine with GIFs. I like hugs too, but it's kind of hard to do through the screen there. Okay. I'll say that is new. That looks pretty cool. Going off of Manix there. Green one even? Nope, not yet. Fun. Nice weapon set. Interesting. But yeah, her green style's pretty BA. Okay. Probably enough of that. So, bit of a quest hunter myself. Yeah, the Vader thing not interesting me. But I need to plant something, survive some, travel while sprinting. It's gonna happen anyway. Nice. Getting new weekly stuff tomorrow. Milestones. I do have one of these left. That one I will probably hold off and play when I've got somebody else to hop on with. So, on the opposite time of the day that I usually am on, so it's kind of weird for me. Not that. There we go. So, if you haven't seen me play before, I am not much of a builder. However, in enjoying a few years of this game, I have found that I really like to work with other people's builds. So I have no problem using other people's builds against them. I would rather do that than play something that's a little more like all the other shooters that are out there. So okay. So let me do a quick tweak right here. See if that'll balance things out a little bit better. So if you ever notice that sounds being weird or anything, just let me know. I will gladly help out with that. Shoot, even if you're pulling up the VOD later, I will gladly accept your information. I need all the help that you can give me. I have no idea where I'm going. Not messing with him yet. Okay. I haven't in a while gone ahead and dropped at the end just to see if somebody got called away from their game. Used to be my favorite thing to do. Wait until a little bit later in my play and go and start hunting the AFKs. Loving seeing this back and shoot the chair even. That's, like I said, I've been playing for a long time, so being able to see these back in the map is a ton of fun. So you got old Dusty Depot. Ouch. That was not cool. That was horrible. I can tell I took a couple days off. Ooh, that looks yummy. Let's get that. Another thing I have a habit of doing is getting... Ouch. Hurt. That was not something I'm used to doing. I like all the chests. I enjoy going and opening every single one that I can. And then, let's swap that out. I also have had a history of hanging out a little bit too long in the storm. But ooh, my friend. I like that better. Okay. Those are some. Need to find more of those. People fighting down there and I'm going for a chest. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, it's too far. Okay, that was really bad.